it's Amy from Nail Polish Baby 90 and welcome to today's video. Today I'm here with Empties, and just before I moved house I did a big old Empties video that you have seen, and since I've moved into my house two things have happened. One, I seem to have run out of so many things as I've moved in, and two, I kind of destashed quite a bit as I was moving, so thought we'd just do another Empties. Don't know when I'm going to put this up. Let's get going. Something I don't have to show you is actually a Lush face mask, and this is the face mask in Rosy Cheeks. My husband threw it away when we emptied our fridge and didn't tell me until I just realised this a couple of days ago. This is one of the fresh face masks, so you have to keep it in the fridge. Lasts about a month. It's only ever the second one that I've tried, and I didn't love it that much. It was more of a clay-based mask. It was full of rose scented, it was pink. I just didn't feel any effect from it. I put it on and when I'd wash it off I wouldn't feel like, cleansed, feeling better. I just didn't have that vibe from it. So I probably wouldn't pick it up again, but I do want to kind of go through all of them. I think there's 5 or 6 and try more. So I might, on reflection after I've tried all of them, really like it. But out of the 2 that I've liked so far, I like the other one better, which was Otafix. I then have the Cream Egg Bubble Bar, and this is in the colours blue and yellow. Blue, pink and yellow. So they did 2 colours for Easter. They both, I think they gave you the same scent. This was a minty scent, which was actually a bit weird seeing as it was cream egg. And it was 2 halves of an egg with a layer of that body, that, I always want to say like a bubble rune mixture in the middle. I like this a lot. It did have a nice minty smell, which I do like. The only thing that I will say with this is that I often find with anything from Lush that is blue, if you don't use it immediately, the blue just fades to nothing. So I used this probably 4 or 5 months after I purchased it at Easter, and where it was pink and blue swirls, it was now pink and white swirls. And that's not the first time that's happened to me, so that's just an aesthetic thing. Product-wise, it was good. Let's do the rest of the Lush things. The other one is called a Citrus, are doing it for themselves, and this is another bubble bar. It was red, 2 red layers with a white bubble rune texture thing in the middle, and it was one of the ones that had the marble effect on the top. It was red, did I say it was red? And it was a citrusy smell, as you can tell from the Citrus are doing it for themselves. I liked it. I probably wouldn't repurchase it. I wouldn't say don't buy that, that's not nice, but just for me, I like others better than that one. The last thing from Lush is the shampoo I Love Juicy. This is a repurchase for me. I have had it before, and this is a clarifying shampoo. It's made up of kiwi, papaya, mango and pineapple. Did I say that twice? And it's meant to be making oily hair very bouncy and clean. Now I always like to have a clarifying shampoo, one that really digs in deep there and cleans everything out, and I won't use it every day, but I will use it occasionally. I like this one, and I also like one from the Body Shop. So I don't know which one I'm going to go back to next, but this is a great clarifying shampoo and a great shampoo if you have greasy hair in general. One candle, and this is the Glade Berry Sweet Berry Joy candle. This is actually a Christmas candle that I got in the sale, and these you can pick up from Tesco's. They're really inexpensive, but they have a really great scent throw to them, and I would really recommend them. Or if you want to get into candles a little bit but you don't want to go for Yankee Candle status, then this is a great one. And these ones spelt of red berries, pomegranate and sugar, so that was a good hit. I do have other Glade ones ready to be burnt. A shampoo, this is the L'Oreal Elvive Colour Protect Caring Shampoo. I don't have coloured hair at the moment. I haven't coloured my hair for a really long time, which makes me feel really boring, but it's just my own opinion. Every time I go to the hairdressers they tell me how they like it that I don't have coloured hair, but I just feel like I want to be a bit more jazzy and have coloured hair. I don't know. Anyway, I picked this up because I was out and I was somewhere they only had this, and I really like this. If you do have coloured hair, this is a really good product. It smells absolutely divine, lathers up really nicely. I do like the L'Oreal shampoos just as a whole. I do have more Lush stuff, so let me quickly do those. I have a Snow Fairy shower gel. This is just the mini one. If you don't know what Snow Fairy smells like, it smells like marshmallows and candy and all things great, and a must for Christmas. Everybody must stock up on Snow Fairy, I insist. I then used up the Little Snow Fairy gift set, and this had that shower gel in it, and then it also had a Snow Fairy jelly bomb in it. I've had mixed reviews with the jelly bombs. I've had maybe one that's been good, one that's been okay, and I've had 2 that have been bad. The one that I tried that was Dark Arts, I spoke about it in a dedicated Lush video. It was really bad, so I complained, and they sent me a bunch of free goodies because it was just horrible. This one was okay, it just didn't dissolve really. I think I got it down to about maybe a ping pong table tennis type size, and then it just didn't disintegrate anymore, so I had to scoop it out and throw it away separately, which that's the bummer with them really. I then have a product that I haven't used up, well, I've used it once and it was so bad. This is from the Firm Cotton range at Boots, and this is her body polish, and there's no polishing aspect in this. There's barely any exfoliation in there. I'm not about that life. If it's going to be exfoliating, it needs to be super exfoliating. I then have the Garnier Skin Active Clean Plus Impurities Eliminating Scrub. This is for oily skin with charcoal and salicylic acid. I really did like this. It's not the most exfoliating product you're ever going to use in your life, so I wouldn't use it all the time, but as I've said in multiple videos, I do like using charcoal for my skin, and that's why I picked this one up. I don't know that it's available in the UK anymore, or if it ever was. I know I've only ever picked that up when I've been in the US. I use a toothbrush you'll be happy to use. This is the Colgate Touch Whitening. It is one that we've purchased multiple times, so I must like it. A hand sanitizer. This is the Bath & Body Works Pocket Back Beach Breeze Amazing was the look of it, and it was blue. And what I do like about these Bath & Body Works ones is that they have glitter in them, like a little subtle bit of glitter. So if you're trying to get like a child to put stuff on their hands, it's always nice to be like, but it's got glitter in it, and they'll quickly do it, I promise you. Okay, we have one skincare and then we are on to makeup. No, two skincare, then we're on to makeup. This is the Skin Pep Hydra Sun Defense SPF 30. It is a day cream with SPF in it. I didn't like this at all. I didn't like the scent, I didn't like the texture, I just didn't like it. I got it, it's only obviously a sample size. I have used like dedicated face sunscreens before, and I prefer the Benefit one a lot more to that. This is the Body Shop Vitamin E Intense Moisture Serum. I really like this one. It is a little bit more expensive because it's meant to be kind of like an anti-aging one, I think Vitamin E normally is, but I would repurchase it. I haven't got a lot of serum knowledge. I just recently, probably the last couple of years, got into skincare a lot more. I've kind of found some creams that I like, but I haven't yet kind of settled on a serum yet, so that is a potential for one. I'm such a liar, I've just found another skincare item. This is the Sunday Riley Brightening Enzyme Water Cream. It's called Tidal. This is a little sample. I did like this, but I really didn't like the smell of it. It smelled very like fresh and like it was living. Like, I guess enzyme does kind of imply there's enzymes in there, but I wasn't 100% on the scent. It wasn't awful, but it wasn't appealing. And I think Sunday Riley is quite expensive, so that's possibly why also I wouldn't buy it. On to all of this makeup. The first things we have are primers. So I have the Barry M Flawless Hydro Fix Primer Water. I have repurchased this. It's a really nice just setting thing, spray. I always put primer on, then I'll just set it down with this. Just feels really nice. It's a good price point. I think it's only $2.99, and I use that on the daily. One of my favourite primers ever that I feel has been discontinued because I just can't find it anymore, and this is the Maybelline Superstay Primer, and this is what it looked like. It's in the middle of being a very nice thin like day cream and a primer, and I really appreciate that because I felt hydrated, I didn't feel greasy, it wasn't too heavy, and I felt primed. And I always have been trying to dig this and find it. They changed the packaging a little bit, but I just can't find it anymore. It makes me really sad. Okay, some foundations. The first one, we have the original Maybelline Fit Me, and then I have the Fit Me Matte and Poreless. Now the original Maybelline I have not used up because this is in the shade 115, which is too dark for me, and I just didn't really like the formula. And I know a lot of people, it's probably down to about here, just shaking it up. And I know a lot of people have said that they really like the formula of the Matte and Poreless better. This I have used completely up and I will be repurchasing. It's a great foundation from the drugstore, one of the best that I've ever tried, and 110 is the shade that I need, not 115. Look at the difference. I just find it really, really nice. It applies really nicely. It looks like skin but better, gives you a medium coverage. Overall, big thumbs up from that one. I have a foundation that I'm going to be throwing away just because I did not like it at all, and it's just the Boots Natural Collection Foundation, and this is in the shade Porcelain. It was slightly too dark, slightly too thick, and it just never like massaged in nicely. It always kind of sat on my skin rather than blending in with it. A product that I've used up completely. This is the Revlon Photo Ready Eye Primer and Brightener. Now I always just use this as a brightener under my eyes, and I just didn't feel like it brightened at all. If you compare this to the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind in brightening, which is my favourite one to use, they're just miles apart. I just felt like this was very short-lived, it didn't last a very long time, and I think it's more expensive than the Maybelline one, so no. I have a few more empty products, and then I just have some that I've given up on. So then we have a collection clear mascara in the Colour Lash range. I use these for setting my eyebrows. They are $1.99. They give you a nice hold. They're not clumpy, they're not too much. I just think they're really great, and I've worn these for years for that purpose of eyebrow gel. The Smashbox Photo Finish Hydrating Under Eye Primer. This is a sample size. It lasts me a really long time because I literally would only use it on like full coverage days. I did really like it. I would be interested to see how much it is in a full size, or see if I can grab another tester, because I don't envision I'm going to go through a big one of these for years. But it was really good, and it did kind of help my concealer because my under eyes are very, very dry. Two mascaras. First of all, we have the Lights Camera Lashes by Tarte. I did like this. I felt they dried out and got flaky very quickly, and I don't know if that's what type of texture it is anyway. It's more of like a dry formula, but I just felt like, yeah, the sample didn't last me that long, and I don't know how to take that. But the product itself, when it was good, was really nice, but it just didn't last long. I then have the Clinique High Impact Mascara. I did really like this one, seeing as it's like a bristle brush, which tends to not be my favourite. I thought it was a really nice formula, and this actually I started using before the Tarte one, and this lasted me longer than the Tarte one. That's the main reason of my bugbear with these. 5 products that I have but I have not used up. The first one is the Jessica Trendale Pure Lash Extender and Conditioner. This was just a sample. I used it maybe 3 or 4 times. Excuse me, got something in my eye now. And you meant to put it on, let it dry, and then put your mascara over it, but it was so white and so crispy, I could never get mascara to go over it, and thus I was left with white eyelashes, which is not a look I want to go for. I have a couple of palette options. This is so old, and I've got to say goodbye to it just because it's just done, and I never use it anymore. This is the L'Oreal Paris Colour Appeal for brown/hazel eyes. This is what it looks like. It is a little 3, and it gives you the options of doing, obviously, like the 1, the 2, the 3, so it kind of talks you through an eye look. Hopefully you can see I've dig deep into that dark brown pan, especially, more than anything. And this was one of the first little eye looks that I used to do when I was first getting into makeup. This is probably like 10 years old, so I'm only keeping it for nostalgia reasons. I'm not keeping it because I'm using it, so I'm going to pass it on. The first blush I ever purchased was the Pink Rose blush by Rimmel. This is another one that I've had probably for about 10 years, and I have used a fair amount of it, but it is very dry now, and I think it's just gone off a bit. They still do this one, so you can still pick this up if you want to from Rimmel. Their blushes are very nice, but I just really grab for a blush palette these days rather than individual blushes, and that's probably why this one hasn't been used in quite some time. I then have a product from Sleek, and this is the Correct and Conceal palette number 2. I'm thinking maybe there is a lighter one than these, because I always found this was just a bit too dark for me, and I've never really had much success with concealers that are like this, like in a pot, opposed to just ones that you kind of have on a doe for applicator. So it comes with a light one, a dark one, and then a setting powder. So the concept is really nice, but I just don't think that in general these kind of potted concealers are for me. I just never managed to make them work, and I'm starting to think it's my fault rather than the product's fault. And last but not least, I have a Too Faced Colour Bomb lip product. This is one of those chunky lip crayons here, and this is in the shade Coral Pop. Now I do really like the colour of this. I do have a lot of coral lip products that I tend to go through, but it's one of those ones that's meant to give you like a bit of a tingle to make them plump, and oh my goodness, the tingle is unbearable. I've tried to use this so many times over lip balms to have like a base there, and they just burn so dang badly. I just can't deal with it, and I don't feel like I should try because I have other products that I like better. Just throwing it on the ground, that kind of shows how I feel about it. So yeah, It's okay, but it's just too much tingle for me. So those are my most recent empties. Like I say, probably like half empty and half that I just looked at and I was like, no, I can't face myself to use these things up. Let me know what you've been emptying and what you've been loving this month. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you soon. Bye.